Live on location here. This is your main man, Carrington-De'Laine with Superior Sports Network. I'm here with my man, Kenneth. What's up, Ken? Tell me something good.
Hey, man, I can't call it life. Life's good.
Life is good.
Life is good. God is good. So
okay. Good. All right. Let's talk about your transition. Coming from Huntsville, Alabama. Got a chance to go to University of Alabama, Tuscaloosa. Right. Got a chance to Tampa Bay, right?
Yep.
Okay. Then after Tampa Bay, where the next stop did you go to?
St. Louis.
St. Louis, huh? Yep. Okay, then. How's that transition from Tampa Bay to St. Louis like that?
I think the biggest thing I had to challenge was the weather. Mm-hmm. Because when I left Tampa Bay or Florida, mm-hmm. That's a sunshine state, so the sun constantly shining, there's good weather. Then you go all the way to the Midwest, mm-hmm. and that's snow and ice. So that was my biggest change that I had to face. I had to get used to that weather and being under that weather, mm-hmm. as far as being in Tampa for a year and a half, and now coming to Midwest where it's always cold around the wintertime. So that was my biggest challenge.
Oh, okay, then. What's the misconception about football players? That a lot of people get a chance to come to these big, D1 schools. They get a chance to go to the pros. What's the misconception that you see in the media that you really don't like when you definitely read about it, about the players and stuff like that?
I think one of the most misconceptions ever is that all players are coming from especially D1 school to the pros, that they able to adapt to the league a lot faster than anyone else. You come from D1. A lot of guys is totally different in the way they pick up offenses and pick up defenses on the next level, which is being in the NFL. And a lot of guys that come from D1 schools, a lot of them not even ready for the NFL, mentally. They may be ready physically, mm-hmm. or whatever, but their mindset is totally different, because you got to think totally different now when you're in the NFL opposed to being in college.
Okay. Well, as you probably know that we have a NFL and NBA development clinic that we actually going to bring to Huntsville, actually April the 15th, and 16th like that too as well. And we are inviting a lot of HBCU guys and a lot of D1, D2 guys get a chance to this clinic, get a chance to try to enhance themselves and be prepared for the NFL. Do you think it'd be a great idea if some of these guys took advantage of that like that? Or you probably think I'm gonna wait till I get that call from that agent, or I think my best thing since sliced bread. What do you think about those young men that think about that position like that too as well?
Oh, well, if a situation like that come about, what you all saying is y'all gonna bring here, I think any young guy, especially who say they waiting on the agent and all that, I think they should run up on the opportunity like you all bringing here, because they can inform them, give them a lot of information on what's going on, instead of them being in the dark. Because as of now, most guys in the dark, because they thinking that something's going to happen or somebody going to call them, mm-hmm. just like that, and it don't work like that.
Oh, okay.
So, like I say, I think it'll be a good opportunity and a good thing for young guys to come to something like that you all talking about bringing them.
Do you think sometimes, when an athlete, think that, let's say, of a quarterback, they think they're the best thing in the world and they got great stats and they run a couple touchdowns and all the good numbers like that. Sometimes they have the attitude if I'm not picked up, then you made a worse decision like that as well. What do you think about the guys that had an attitude these days that really think about that, trying to get into the pros right now?
Talking about far as them being picked up, think they should be the first one picked up?
Right.
Hey man, every guy different. Everybody got their own ego. Some guys think that. Some guys actually think that, hey, if I ain't the number one pick or I'm not in the first round, then hey, y'all lost out. But like I say, everybody different. But like I say, you a lot of guys do this talk, but they have to bag it up eventually on the field. So like I say, it's bad for you to open your mouth and make certain statements like that before you draft or whoever may pick you up, and you get on the field and you be a complete bust. So therefore, I tell a lot of guys, just keep your mouth shut and let your game do your talking.
Right. What do you think about leadership? How would you describe leadership, character, and integrity in your own work? Because you've been in lead for quite some time like that. You've seen a lot of people come, go. A lot of people go to the players operation and say, hand me your player book. I don't need you no more like that too as well. What type of which one of those category of work would you definitely fit in like that? And explain to our viewers about that.
Man, more than anything, I think in the NFL you gotta have character, because when, like I say, in the NFL ain't nothing guaranteed, no contract guaranteed. So therefore, you can get cut any day of the week, anytime. So it's what you do after that team or organization let you go. What kind of character you gonna show or whatever towards that team or organization that let you go or whatnot. And that stands out a lot as far as team. So if that team let you go, if you still don't burn bridges, as people say, if you don't burn bridges with that team or whatnot, and you show good character and great character towards yourself or whatnot, when that team lets you go, that right there goes a long way or whatnot. That right there by itself goes a long way. And teams and organizations remember stuff like that, because you never know, that same team let you go, maybe that same team call you back.
Okay. Well, a lot of people, especially a lot of guys right now, they look at the draft, they say, I made my highlight tape. I done sent it to all the NFL players. I done sent it to the coaches. The coaches promised me this. They told me this and things like that too as well. And they are sure to definitely get into as well. What would be the number one thing that some guys need to definitely try to go and get focused on before trying to send off a tape and make this and do that and things like that? What type of advice would you definitely give them?
Before they do all that, I recommend, and I highly recommend that you get an agent if you don't have an agent. Okay. Because that's what an agent's job is to do, is what you is doing now, as far as like making tapes and making cut-ups and sending them teams. That's really not your job. That's for an agent to do. The only thing you have to do is pretty much is stay in shape and be ready for whatever team they call you up for interview or whatnot. But that's the first thing a player should do. Anything is get an agent, so an agent can take care of all the other stuff.
So most likely, if you're trying to look for an agent, if you're trying to definitely find some good representation, what about maybe like your homeboy to my man? Let me be your manager. Let me do this. Let me do that. I know you definitely want to go ahead and investigate an agent and stuff like that. I know it's very important and things like that too. And some people don't really think about that. They say, what, my cousin in the NFL, so I'm gonna let him guide my career and stuff like that too as well. What do you think about that?
No, that's not a good decision. Me personally, as a business decision, that won't be a great business decision. If your cousin or whoever, your friend or whoever that you may call your partners, whatever, they don't have that background, that experience in working in like on that type of level with professional players and dealing with professional contracts and all that. They don't have that type of experience. Me personally, I wouldn't go with my friends, even though we may be tight from way back when. But when you dealing with this, that's what most guys fail to realize. It's your livelihood. Now when you go to the next level, this is your job. This is what brings money to the table and put food on your table. So you need great business people on your side and on your team.
Do you think some athletes today really make some poor decisions? Is it because they don't know, or they just trying to be like the Joneses and things like that? Let's say, for instance, you're a free agent, and you're definitely, let's say you're free agent to Minnesota Vikings, whatever the case might be, and you feel that, I'm going to be on the practice squad, I'm going to go ahead and do this and stuff like that. Let me go and start spending some money. Let me go and buy a new car. Let me go and try to get a new house and stuff like that. And, I'm going to try to go ahead and make the best of it like that. Good decision to make, or is that the worst decision?
That may be one of the worst decisions you can make, because for one, you're not in the situation that you really want to be in. Of course, sure not, God bless you to even have a job, and that's being on the practice squad. You in the NFL, okay, that's good. But being in the NFL don't mean nothing. You can be there today, but you be gone tomorrow, like I said. But this day and age, how the economy going, man, it's not smart to go out and do all that type of stuff, buying houses and buying cars, unless you just guarantee got a nice contract that you just signed. That's guaranteed money that you seeing coming your way. But if you don't have that, I wouldn't recommend nobody going out buying no houses and cars like that. You got to manage your money right, because that money got to be it for you, and you got to live off that money when you done playing this game. So like I said, you got to be smart with your income, because I never tell a man what to do with his money. That's his choice. But me personally, if you're a smart guy, as I always say, if a smart guy always know how to invest his money wisely and let his money work for him.
What type of words of wisdom would you give to young aspiring young men that's definitely trying to step to the level, or that may look up to you, or maybe try to look at you as a mentor? What type of words would you definitely give that to the viewers?
The most most important thing I always tell the guys, man, always keep God first. Never let that out your sight. Never let him out your sight, because wherever you at now, you wouldn't be there if it wasn't for him. I know most guys probably not in the situation that they want to be in right now, as far as sports wise. But hey, man, like I said, you just keep God first, keep grinding and doing your job, and doing what you're doing every day on a consistent basis. You'll get there eventually.